Welcome back to the news at 10. There's been a huge clamour in the country, and that's the call for Nigeria to restructure. The ruling All Progressives Congress says it's had several definitions, and for this reason it's embarking on finding its own true meaning of restructuring. The party has taken the debate to the grassroots, and in this next report, here are some of their submissions.
If you consider the fever-pitch state of tension in the nation and the volume of agitation, it is obvious that Nigerians need to voice out their minds. The ruling APC says it wants to get its own definition of the term restructuring, as it has formed a spine of a national discourse lately. And so leaders of the party are today meeting in a public hearing across the nation, but in specific regions starting from Edo State. The consultative meeting in Benin City featured presentations on restructuring from stakeholders in the South-South Zone 1, comprising Edo, Delta and Bayelsa State. The governor of Edo State, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, gave the opening speech.
We are now faced with a new reality. It's here with us, and we cannot run away from issues. So it's not about talking and putting the reports on the shelves anymore. We have to make those decisions now because they are staring us in the face.
Governor Obaseki had in attendance his Ogun Osun counterparts, Ibukunle Amoso and Rauf Aregbesola, with their own presentations.
There is going to come what we call a consensus, and that consensus will inform the position of our party on the issue of true federalism and restructuring.
From Benin City to Enugu, the chairman of the All Progressives Congress Committee on True Federalism Public Consultation, Osareme Osumbo, assured participants of the Southeast Zone public hearing comprising Enugu, Ebonyi and Anambra State of proper tackling of the issues raised. Like in other fora, representatives of the three states gave their submission on creation and merger of states, derivation principle, devolution of powers, fiscal federalism and revenue allocation, and also independent candidacy.
We are enjoying our independence in Ebonyi State. If there's anything we are 100% united about, it is that after so many years of struggle to have Ebonyi State created, we wouldn't want to go back to any Egypt.
On devolution of power, we did not go too far. We subscribe to devolution of local council financial autonomy. Because if they say that power of politics is local, it then means that the majority of the people are at the local level. And if they are there and there is allocation, it should go directly to that government structure.
Many of the comments that have been made really center on devolution of powers, whether it is railway, because now it is in the exclusive legislative list, whether it is education is on the concurrent list, and so power generation is on the exclusive legislative list and transmission, but based on the views that are being expressed, as we may find in the various parts of the country that we are going to be holding consultations with, it may be easy to make a case for the devolution of some of these functions from the federal to states.
From the southeast to the southwest, APC members from Yoruba extraction in the southwestern states of Oyo, Ogun and Lagos State submit memoranda stating their stand on restructuring and calling for true federalism, resource control by a strong regional arrangement that will strengthen states to be less dependent on the federal government.
Different nationality, different custom, different concept of living, languages, ethnicity. The best constitution for that will be a federal system. Otherwise, you have no peace.
The end goal of the deliberations altogether may be to get a unified document on the way forward, but the real deal will be the implementation and putting all the ideas into action, so all these does not gather dust in some bookshelves at the end of the day. Shewa Kimale, Channels Television News.
Let's take a look at some business news now. Here's Anne Waudu.
You first. First Bank.
Thanks a lot, Ijoma, and welcome to Business News. Nigeria's Debt Management Office is looking to package all existing long-dated Naira bonds into a new structured portfolio that will be available to investors. That's according to the Director General of the Debt Office, Mrs. Patience Suniha, in her first live interview today on Channels Television since she took office in July.
Really is where the level of interest rates is been driven by monetary policies. Okay, so monetary policy in this instance, we'll be talking about the MPR that is at 14%, as well as the various liquidity measures, I'll call them OMO operations, mop-up operations that the central bank undertakes from time to time. We do agree with you that we should see interest rates in the medium to long term come down, really. If we're to encourage local production and manage debt service, really, interest rates should come down as the rest of the economy picks up and recession becomes a thing of the past. But where we are right now is to say that if we were to issue an FGN bond of a similar tenor, that would be about the same rate that we would be borrowing. And since the borrowing is specific to roads, we have to do it in the form of a Sukuk to be able to achieve that objective rather than borrowing for the pool, as it were.
The Chief Executive Officer of Nigeria Incentive-Based Risk-Sharing System for Agricultural Lending, Mr. Aliyu Abdul Hamid, spoke to us about the new risk strategies already put in place to ensure that agri-financing is not abused, the key challenges of agribusiness, and the initiatives designed to achieve more under the current administration.
Rising of funding is the initial stage. The main challenge for agriculture, especially the primary production segment, which is the riskiest, is what happens when the money leaves the vault and goes into the hands of the producer. It is that black hole, that unknown, that constitutes the fear for financiers. So for us in NASL, the release of the money is just the beginning of a long chain of processes. The moment the money leaves the bank vault and we guarantee that project, we lose our sleep, literally, because we have put our guarantee behind that money. So project monitoring, project reporting, remediation, staying put with that project 365 days of the year, 24/7, is a no option for us. We just have to do it, because every single Naira that crystallizes under our guarantee means my balance sheet will be eroded. So we deploy the latest that technology has to offer in terms of visualizations of project in the field in real time. We have big data reporting, we have big data analytics that tells us at any given time what is happening to a project, no matter how remote it is, on the face of the geography of Nigeria.
And staying in the sector, troubled agribusiness firm Multitrex Integrated Foods has informed the Nigerian Stock Exchange that the company is ready to restart operations as a listed company in the fourth quarter of 2017. Multitrex says it has made significant progress in its negotiations with the Asset Management Corporation towards amicable resolution of all issues relating to the temporary closure of the agro-allied company. In the meantime, another embattled company and hotel chain owner, Ikeja Hotel, says that outstanding financial statements for the period ended 2015 and 2016 will be filed with the Nigerian Stock Exchange on or before September the 26th, 2017. The board of directors of Ikeja Hotel PLC, owners of Lagos Sheraton Hotel and Federal Palace Hotel have met, and they have approved the audited financial statements of the two outstanding years. Investors are still plucking more profits from the local stock market, and that pulled the total value of equities down at the close of business today. Bisi Adebayo has more for us.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Reports. The NSE's all-share index fell below the 35,000 level at the close of Monday's trading, as the sell-offs recorded in 3 sessions last week spills over into the third week of September. The 38 basis points decline comes on the impact of significant price losses from equities in the oil and gas, consumer and the industrial goods sectors of the market. 18 decliners were led in top 3 percentage value by Numeth, Seplat and Owando, while airline services and Cadbury led a pack of 12 gainers by over 4% each. Volume turnover for the day was 162.73 million units of shares, worth over 1.53 billion naira from 3,225 deals. Fidelity Bank remains among the top 3 most traded stocks, but came in 3rd place on Monday after Access Bank and Mayor Paints. And that's it on the stock market reports. I am BC Adebayo.
Thanks a lot, BC. Most of the world-leading stock market closed in the green today as global investors brace up for a key U.S. Federal Reserve's monetary policy meeting, and that meeting will happen this week. Take a look at the figures for today. Thanks a lot for watching Business News Tonight. I'm N100Bn. It's back to you, Ijoma.
You first. First Bank.
Thanks a lot, Anne. Still ahead on the news at 10, former England captain and record goal scorer Wayne Rooney gets a 2-year driving ban after pleading guilty to driving under the influence. That's on sports. To stay with us.